Hello and welcome back to my channel Iraqi Dinar RV, the Iraqi Dinar Revaluation. Could tomorrow be the turning point we've all been waiting for? There's a wave of anticipation sweeping through the investment community, and for good reason. For those who own Iraqi dinars or are thinking about jumping into the foreign currency market, tomorrow could mark a historic day. Welcome to the Iraqi Dinar Revaluation Hub, your go-to source for breaking updates, thorough insights, and in-depth looks into what many believe is a once-in-a-lifetime financial opportunity. There's genuine excitement in the air, and for the first time in years, the signals are lining up in a way that feels truly significant. In this article, we'll unpack what a potential revaluation might look like, why this particular moment feels different from previous rumors, and how to make sure you're positioned to take action if the news breaks. Whether you're already invested or still on the sidelines, you don't want to miss a single detail. What's all the buzz about? As of today, reports are circulating rapidly that the Central Bank of Iraq could announce a major change in the exchange rate of the Iraqi dinar as early as tomorrow. For years, discussions around a dinar revaluation, or RV, as it's commonly known, have sparked debate among investors, analysts, and currency watchers. Now, those discussions may finally be transforming into real action. Iraq's financial and political environment has been evolving. The country has taken clear steps toward economic modernization and global reintegration. From meeting international compliance benchmarks to upgrading their financial systems, Iraq seems serious about establishing itself as a respected player in global trade and finance. If that's the case, the value of the Iraqi dinar must eventually reflect this progress, and many believe that moment has arrived. What could a new exchange rate mean? Let's break it down into simple terms. Right now, the Iraqi dinar is trading at roughly 1,300 to 1 USD. If that rate changes, say to 800 or even 500 dinars per dollar, that would significantly increase the value of each dinar you hold. Imagine purchasing dinars today at the current low rate, and tomorrow that same amount is worth 2, 3, or even 4 times more. That's the dream scenario many have been hoping for, and it's why attention on Iraq is reaching a fever pitch. It's not just hopeful retail investors watching closely. Financial institutions, brokerage firms, and even global agencies are said to be keeping a close eye on Iraq's next move. That kind of attention often precedes something big. Preparation is key now. More than ever, preparation is your best asset. If a new exchange rate is announced, the window to act may be very short. Understanding how to respond quickly and wisely could make all the difference. Here's what you need to consider. Have a plan. Decide in advance whether you'll cash in part of your holdings or wait for potentially higher gains. Stay alert. Monitor news from official Iraqi sources, the central bank, and global financial news outlets. Use trusted exchange services. When the time comes, ensure you're dealing with reputable institutions to avoid scams and fraud. Understand the tax implications. Depending on where you live, any profits may be subject to capital gains tax. Be ready to consult a tax advisor. Why is this moment different? Many long-time observers believe Iraq is finally in a position to make a move that aligns their currency with the true strength of their economy. In recent months, Iraq has passed key financial audits, adopted stricter regulations, and shown genuine progress in stabilizing their currency. In addition, oil revenues remain high, foreign partnerships are increasing, and inflation is being addressed. All these indicators suggest a nation actively rebuilding, and a currency that must eventually reflect that transformation. Some insiders suggest that tomorrow's rumored announcement has been in the works for months. Meetings have reportedly taken place behind closed doors, involving economic advisors and global financial partners. These discussions point to a well-coordinated effort that could culminate in the kind of announcement we've all been waiting for. Possible outcomes: a range of scenarios. While some expect the Iraqi dinar to shoot up to parity with the US dollar, most analysts believe a more gradual increase is likely. A jump from 1,300 to 800 or even 500 would still represent a massive increase in value and a potentially life-changing return on investment for those who got in early. Let's be clear, even modest gains could deliver significant profits. That's why investors across the globe are so focused on the dinar right now. Real people, real stories. To understand the excitement, look no further than individuals who've already taken the leap. Take Jamal, a retired mechanic who started collecting Iraqi dinars 5 years ago. For him, it began as a curiosity, buying small amounts here and there. Today, he's watching his small hobby potentially turn into a major financial windfall. Then there's Lisa, a single mom who heard about the dinar on social media. She invested just $300, not expecting much, but hoping it might one day pay off. Now, she's carefully watching the news, wondering if tomorrow might be the day her quiet investment becomes something big. These are regular people, neither financial advisors nor professional traders, but they've taken the time to learn, prepare, and position themselves for success. What if you haven't invested yet? If you don't currently own Iraqi dinars, you may be wondering if you should rush to buy some today. The answer depends on your risk tolerance and how quickly you can verify and purchase the currency from a legitimate source. The truth is, no one can predict the future with 100% certainty. But if the exchange rate changes tomorrow, the window to invest may close quickly. That's why timing and education matter so much. A small, informed investment today could result in strong returns if the revaluation happens. But again, it's essential to only invest what you can afford to lose and do your homework. The bigger picture: Iraq's economic comeback. This moment is about more than just profits. It's about a nation rebuilding its economy and reclaiming its place on the world stage. Iraq has immense natural resources, a young population, and the potential to become a significant player in the global economy. Aligning its currency with these strengths is part of the larger vision. The potential revaluation of the dinar may be just one step in a broader reform process that includes financial transparency, digital banking, and increased foreign investment. The revaluation might be the spark, but the long-term story is about growth, development, and economic stability. Understand the technical side. You may have heard talk about dropping zeros from the dinar. This refers to a redenomination, a process by which a country adjusts the face value of its currency. However, redenomination doesn't always equal a revaluation unless it's part of a wider economic overhaul. If Iraq decides to both redenominate and revalue, the impact on the currency's value could be dramatic. That's why savvy investors are watching not just for a number change, but also for signs of systemic monetary reform. Final thoughts: be ready, stay smart. While no outcome is guaranteed, the signs are pointing toward major news soon. If you're already holding dinars, the most important thing you can do is stay informed, remain calm, and have a strategy in place. If you're still deciding whether to enter the market, weigh the potential against the risk, and make your move accordingly. Remember, the best investors aren't always the fastest. They're the most prepared. Your action checklist: monitor exchange rate updates tomorrow. Track Iraq's ongoing financial reforms. Secure your dinars in a safe place. Know where and how you'll exchange if the rate shifts. Avoid scams. Use reliable platforms and institutions. And finally, stay connected. The next few days could be monumental. We'll be following the developments closely and bringing you step-by-step updates and guidance as they unfold. Thanks for reading. Let us know in the comments. Are you ready for what could be a life-changing shift in the Iraqi dinar?